In the 22nd century, rising sea levels from global warming have wiped out 99% of existing cities, reducing the world's population. Mecha humanoid robots, seemingly capable of complex thought but lacking emotions, have been created as replacements. In Madison, New Jersey, David, a prototype mecha child capable of experiencing love, is given to Henry Swinton and his wife Monica, whose son Martin contracted a rare disease and has been placed in suspended animation. Initially uncomfortable with David, Monica eventually warms to him and activates his imprinting protocol, seeking to have her love him in return. He also befriends Teddy, Martin's robotic teddy bear, after Martin is unexpectedly cured of his disease and brought home. He jealously goads David into cutting off a piece of Monica's hair. That night, David enters his adoptive parents' room and cuts a lock of hair from Monica's head using a pair of scissors. As Henry helps her treat her eye, Teddy picks up the lock of hair from the floor and places it in his pocket. At a pool party, one of Martin's friends pokes David with a knife, triggering his self-protection programming. David grabs onto Martin, and they both fall to the bottom of the pool. Others rescue Martin before he drowns, and David is accused of endangering living people. Henry convinces Monica to return David to his creators for destruction, believing David is capable of love and hate. En route, Monica instead spares David by abandoning him in the woods, now accompanied solely by Teddy. David recalls the adventures of Pinocchio and decides to find the Blue Fairy in order to become human, which he believes will regain Monica's love. David and Teddy are captured by a flesh fair, a traveling circus-like event where obsolete mecha are destroyed before jeering crowds. About to be destroyed himself, David pleads for his life, and the audience, deceived by David's realistic nature, revolts and allows David to escape. Alongside Gigolo Joe, a male prostitute mecha on the run from authorities after being framed for murder, David, Teddy, and Joe go to the decadent resort town of Rouge City, where Dr. No, a holographic answer engine, directs them to the top of Rockefeller Center in the flooded ruins of Manhattan, and also provides fairy tale information that David interprets as suggesting that a blue fairy can help him above the ruins of Manhattan. David meets Professor Hobby, his creator, who tells him that their meeting demonstrates David's ability to love and desire. David finds many copies of himself, including female variants called Darlene, boxed and ready to be shipped. Disheartened by his lost sense of individuality, David attempts suicide by falling from a skyscraper into the ocean. While underwater, David notices a figure resembling the Blue Fairy before Joe rescues him in an amphibious aircraft. Before David can explain, authorities capture Joe via electromagnet. David and Teddy take control of the aircraft to see the Blue Fairy, which turns out to be a statue from an attraction on Coney Island. The two become trapped when the Wonder Wheel falls on their vehicle. Believing the Blue Fairy is real, David repeatedly asks the statue to turn him into a real boy until his power source is depleted. 2,000 years later, humanity has become extinct and Manhattan is now buried under glacial ice. Mecha have evolved into an advanced form, and a group known as the Specialists, interested in humanity, find and resurrect David and Teddy. They reconstruct the Swinton family home from David's memories before explaining, via an interactive version of the Blue Fairy, that he cannot possibly be human. However, they recreate Monica through genetic material from the strand of hair that Teddy kept. This version of Monica can live for only one day and cannot be revived again. Due to a copy protection subroutine, David spends his happiest day with her. And as she falls asleep in the evening, she tells David that she has always loved him, the everlasting moment he had been waiting for. As the narrator describes, David falls asleep as well, and goes to a place where dreams are born.